Maybe you've seen some social media ruckus regarding pride and LGBTQ values. Loco and Redheaded Black Belt have stories on this. In Ferndale, one church sign says, "Hurt by LGBTQ culture, healing here." In Neyland, a symbol advocating for the death of the gay community was placed in the property of two women flying a pride flag. Of course, on the other side of this, there's an outpouring of support, and another church sign in Ferndale says, "We welcome everyone. Jesus said all are precious in his sight. Love is always the answer." See also a 2015 Italian study that suggests homophobic beliefs have a direct link to psychoticism, a personality trait marked by higher levels of hostility, anger, and aggression towards others, and also apparently an inability to mind your own business. The Eureka Police Department is trying to find out who vandalized a local gay couple's holiday decorations, a hate crime. According to a post by Brian Kleinmeyer, someone rubbed feces on decorative gingerbread men and laid them at the base of their pride flag. EPD reportedly has been serious in their condemning of this behavior, and they hope that people will come forward about it. Brian told the Outpost, quote, "I'm not going to lie, I didn't cry over our decorations being vandalized, but I did from the kindness we've been shown since it happened. I'm completely blown away," end quote.
Thanks for letting me contribute to this great show. And without further delay, let's dive in. Have you seen this news about hate crimes at Humboldt State last year? It looks like while the university reported 2 hate crimes, the FBI tallied 3. What's that mean? Well, the data shows one incident was related to cultural background, another to religion, and the other to gender. On top of that, all this stuff about HSU's police chief being investigated for saying racist comments, among other things, adds up to trouble. Hey, HSU is already dealing with low enrollment, and this can't help. I'm waiting to see where this investigation goes from here. For now, it's just another crappy roadblock to the success of an institution. Whether you like HSU or not, the campus makes a big impact on our local community. All I have to say is, I hope people learn to treat others with dignity and respect. Is that really so hard? Let's get these hate crime numbers down to 0.
It appeared to be a violent white supremacist group trying to recruit in Humboldt. Flyers were posted in Eureka featuring the typical white pride BS, one poster with an assault rifle. This hate group earned a small social media following. Recent video posted looked like Humboldt Bay fireworks with the caption, "The collapse will sound like the 4th of July every day for a while," end quote. Officers were concerned, disgusted, investigating, and then turns out this group was started by a 16-year-old boy who's multiracial. What? EPD said, "Hey, we don't think there's a violent threat. This kid's family basically dragged him by the ear to the police station, upset and concerned. They're reportedly going to try to set this kid on the right path with a local program. Officers are going to keep an eye on these hateful social media pages." I followed that via KimKemp.com and via the North Coast Journal. All right, let's dive into the main story. The presidential election happened. In Humboldt County, more people voted for Hillary. She got 56% of the vote. Trump received 31% in Humboldt County. Protests are happening nationwide, you know this. They also happen in a few places in Humboldt County. So in the wake of all this, a nonprofit that helps local at-risk children has been receiving hateful calls and messages because their founder attended the anti-Trump rally in Eureka. Now I'm talking about Wild Souls Ranch founder Savannah McCarty. According to their website, their program is not just limited to the art of riding horses, but it utilizes the task of caring for the horses and the bonds that form through this caring as a means to establish trust, respect, and responsibility. So what I wanted to talk to her about was how people are potentially turning their back on an organization that helps local kids, all over attending what she said was a peaceful protest. Yeah, I don't want to go into my political beliefs, but, I definitely want to tell you something. I've had some of the best conversations of my life with people I politically disagree with.
Yep.
Just because someone voted for this person or that person. I'm not ignorant of the fact that they probably also enjoy a good laugh, or a good meal or a good movie.
Yeah.
So, you exercised your First Amendment right. You wrote that in your post. You attended an anti-Trump rally in Old Town Eureka.
Yep.
After that, you received these negative comments. Can you tell me a little bit about the comments that you received?
We've been hurting this whole week. We work directly with children who will feel the effects of Trump as our president. I conducted Wild Souls Ranch sessions the same as I always do all week after school. I could tell that these kids were also hurting. I never tell my kids my political views. They can tell me how they feel about Trump. They can tell me how they feel about Hillary Clinton, but I'm just there to support them in whatever their beliefs may be. They're American, just like me. They can have different viewpoints, and I'll still respect them. But a lot of my kids, especially in the system, especially that rely on the government for their general well-being to be taken care of, they came out crying. So a fellow staff member and I, after our Wild Souls Ranch sessions that evening, we decided, hey, let's stop by Old Town. Let's see what this is all about. We decided to go and check it out. And we were there a little bit late. It was like 7:30, I think, when we got there. It was nothing but peaceful. There was absolutely no rioting. I have a very eclectic group of supporters because I fall right in the middle. Wild Souls Ranch, we're in the ranching business. We're in the agriculture side of Humboldt County. We're looking to change kids' lives through horses. I've always been told as a nonprofit leader in Humboldt County, don't voice your opinion. For the past 3 years, I've done a pretty good job on doing that, I would say. I never have outwardly said I am anti-Trump until now. That is my right as an American. I can peacefully protest that I'm upset. The reason why I attended that rally is I attended it for my kids. A lot of people were in attendance for different reasons. I saw people there that were there just for Planned Parenthood. I saw teachers there. I saw immigrants there, gay, trans, LGBT, everything. Everybody was there for their own reasons. I was there for our kids. I was that kid growing up.
You're advocating for these kids, and you're coming out there in support of this protest, and it's peaceful, you say. And then you post about this peaceful online. And then I'm just going to kind of read from your post here. One is, what the hell are you doing at a protest? You've lost my support for Wild Souls Ranch. Another one, I'm not donating to your cause anymore. This one is awful. I should have run you over with my truck when I saw you. Your protest stopped traffic.
Yeah.
And then finally, stop crying like a little bitch. Man up, it says. So,
I love the man up part because I went to that protest to woman up.
They say that they're not going to support Wild Souls anymore. They're turning their back on kids because you don't agree with them politically. Savannah, just for a second, can you speak as to why you believe Trump's policies are going to take funding away from Wild Souls, from your nonprofit?
Just to be clear, Trump has never said specifically that he was going to take funding from the child welfare system. Historically, a Republican in office, there will be cuts in the social services department federally. I grew up in the system under the Bush administration, and so I know firsthand what funding will not be available for our kids.
You have received these verbal threats and sort of this negativity. It happens on the other side, too.
Oh, totally.
How do you feel about Trump supporters who received the same kind of negativity that you went through?
I have so many Republican friends. You know, they commented on my stuff in support of me protesting. One of the comments was like, as long as you're not burning anything down, I love you. That's what friends do. That's what friends and family do. They're like, yeah, you're voicing what you believe in. My friend that made that comment, he's a Napa Valley Sheriff deputy. Mm-hmm. And he's been dealing with this stuff all week. But I would never, ever lash out at him or on his Facebook post and say, you're a woman hater, you're racist. Never.
Well, and this is somebody, you know, that whenever they post things that you disagree with, you understand, yeah, I can have a good laugh with this person, like I said earlier. I can have a good meal with this person. We could enjoy a good movie together someday. There are other things besides politics that I can find that will align me with you in a positive way.
Yep.
But, I mean, it's happening the other way around. You're receiving this negativity. I saw in the Bay Area a high school girl who supports Trump. She was attacked in Redwood City.
Ugh.
You know, I mean, she posted online and then she was just pummeled with punches on video. You know, with all this negativity,
yeah.
What do you have to say to people?
We all have our differences. We all have our different opinions. Whatever it may be, whatever we stand for, whatever we support, we can do it respectfully. I'm not for the riots. Not for destroying property. I'm not for the rallies where businesses are, you know, getting looted. Not for that at all. I'm also not for hate, especially when it comes to affecting my nonprofit that I worked so hard to establish and grow in this community. These are kids. I'm trying to make a difference in the local community with my little small nonprofit. You know, I went there because I am anti-hate. And hate is coming in all directions. It's coming in the direction from the Democrats and also from the Republicans. And I'm not for any of that. Peaceful protest? Yes. Please. Work your First Amendment. If you're upset, if you're sad, if you're mourning, do it. Because you have that right.
Do you regret posting this online?
I don't regret it. This morning, I probably had a moment of, oh shit, what did I do? But then I really thought about it, and have I ever been a person that you can put a muzzle on? No, that's not me. I'm setting an example for my kids that when you believe in something, you stand up for what you believe in. You know, I have a sign in our barn. It's like a quote, an inspirational quote. And I read it today, and it said, even in the face of adversity, you stand for what you believe in.
You were in a system that helped you as a kid, and now you have created a system to help local Humboldt County kids. Is there anything else that you'd like to say? Where can people find out more about Wild Souls?
Well, there's actually a documentary being made on me and our organization. The feature-length documentary is set to be released in spring of 2017. It's going to be great for us. It totally shows what our organization does, how I started it, why I started it. But if you want to see the 10-minute short of this documentary, that's available online, and that's at wildsoulsdoc.com. You can also visit wildsoulsranch.org for more information on our program.